Haha, if you were a crow, you'd fly away, or die from fear. But since crows can't watch YouTube videos, I'm gonna assume you're just fine. Scarecrow is a pretty wild Batman villain to me. Heck, in terms of comic book villains in general, he's interesting. He doesn't do villainous things for selfish, superficial reasons like wealth or to revive his dead wife. He does what he does for the love of the sport. And research. What does Scarecrow do exactly? He uses fear toxins to use people's fears against them, all because he's an ex-psychology professor who had a curious fascination with fear. This weapon is pretty unique, all things considered, since it uses such a basic human emotion against you. To be fair, fear is already against you, so him using fear specifically against you is doubly messed up because people literally harm themselves over it. As FDR said, all we have to fear is fear itself. And stairs. I have made it this far without mentioning LEGO, so maybe it's a good idea to get this video on the road. LEGO has released many great minifigs for Scarecrow. In the original LEGO Batman game, Scarecrow was my second favorite villain that was a part of the Joker's team. Who was number 1, you may ask? So yeah, I'm gonna rank all the Scarecrow minifigs in this video. I mean, that's why you clicked on the video. It's not like the video's meta was a blatant lie. I'm not gonna turn around after you click on the thumbnail and title and go, "Alright, I fooled you guys. Today we're reviewing spam recipes." Leave your best spam recipes down in the comments. Before we start this video, hit like and subscribe. Comment if you so please. Enough dilly-dallying, time to start the video. Coming in at number 6 is the Pizza Scarecrow from the LEGO Batman movie. Simply put, this is in last place because it's not really a Scarecrow design. It was in one scene of the LEGO Batman movie, and for the rest of the film, he is normal Scarecrow with no pizza outfit. I feel like the only reason you'd want this is if you wanted to be completionist and collect every LEGO Scarecrow, for some reason. This minifig isn't even bad. It goes to show that every Scarecrow minifig is a well-designed figure. One of these had to end up in last place, and this one just had the clearest negatives. This one is under the LEGO Batman 2 label on Bricklink, and that's a blatant lie. This one isn't in LEGO Batman 2, this one is. Dirty, filthy liars. I'll get you for this. You hear me? You hear me, Jonathan Bricklink? Your website is flawed! I digress. Really, the main thing putting this in 5th place is the sheer quality of every other one just being better. This one is a good figure, but it doesn't do it like the rest you'll see on this list. I have nostalgia for the classic looks, the LEGO Batman movie, and the Dark Knight. This one just gets the short end of the stick for not being any of those. I wouldn't mind getting this figure, but I'll probably never go for it and spend some hard-earned labor tokens. There's just better Scarecrow options out there. Also, this one has a pretty terrible color scheme compared to most. If it was brown instead of orange-brown, it would be higher, but sadly it isn't because minifigs don't receive content updates and patches, so it will forever be orange. Sad! What's funny is, I'd probably own it if I was into LEGO when this came out, since it has my favorite Killer Moth minifig. Well, sorry little man, 5th place for you. This minifig is pretty solid, not much wrong with it. It's got a creepy smile, it has a good hat, good torso printing. Overall, there's not much wrong with this minifigure. When it comes to these minifigs, nostalgia does a lot of the heavy lifting, but for this one, it doesn't. Again, I'm gonna sound redundant, but it's just not as good as some of these other figures. The one thing that does track pretty well compared to the superior counterpart you'll see later is the price. It's a decently affordable minifig, while the superior one with the most similarities is pretty expensive. However, these rankings rarely ever include the price because that would be pretty ridiculous. Plus, some amazing minifigs would drop dead last because there ain't no way I'm paying above $40 for an average minifig. Overall, this is a decent minifigure. Like I said, all of them are pretty good. It's hard to put them in order, so the minute differences matter. Why is this one not higher? Simply put, other figures do their positives better. This Scarecrow is like a combination of the last two entries, but what put this one above it is the fact that it's a combination of all the great elements from those two. For one, the color scheme is really good with a dark brown, but overall the more detailed design of the character from the other one. My only negative is the hat compared to LEGO Batman 2's, but that's perfectly fine all things considered. Overall, this is a fantastic minifig from a fantastic movie that did Killer Moth dirty.
What gives you the right? What's the difference between you and me?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Coming in 2nd place is the minifig based on the Scarecrow found in the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. The Dark Knight trilogy was a more grounded and realistic Batman story, even today. What I like about this minifig is it's just a realistic version of this somewhat wacky villain. Let's be honest, no person attempting to accomplish any villainy is like, hold up, I gotta make a costume based on the thing farmers use to scare crows, then stomp around Gotham looking like this. On top of that, it gets bonus points for being unique since it really stands out amongst the crowd without being a pizza delivery version. It's pretty cool that the Dark Knight versions of Batman characters get made into Lego because the Dark Knight trilogy is pretty nostalgic to me and pretty hard to beat. I like the Batman for what it was, but the designs for the characters felt more like a realistic stylized version of the characters, whereas the Dark Knight trilogy style of design feels 100% grounded. This minifig is just a suit with a noose and a bag over the head, but it looks pretty good and does look like a Scarecrow minifig. To an extent, but you get what I mean.
Oh man, you know, this figure is good, man. This figure is good, man. I tell you, it's a good figure, man. It's good.
Coming in at number 1 is the original Scarecrow. For me, what put this in the top spot is the sheer quality that emanates from this minifig. It's got the nice brown color scheme with the hat I really enjoy, and the best face printing the character has gotten entirely. On top of that, the best part about this minifig is the glow-in-the-dark transparent head. This detail is really nice and adds to the creepiness of the character, along with the face print. It's still Lego, so the creepiness isn't creepy when you're over the age of like, I don't know, 9, 10, 18, 42. Overall, this is one of the Lego Batman's best minifigures. It's honestly shocking that they got the design perfect the first try. Nostalgia may be blinding me, but let's be honest with myself. I have way more nostalgia for Lego Batman 2, and that Scarecrow is fine. Overall, thank you for watching. I'm going to make this conclusion short since my audience retention plummets at the end, and that's pretty alright. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more minifigure rankings. I'm going to make this a dedicated series along with my other one-off videos that I also love to make. I can't just exclusively rank minifigs, or I will commit the die. Bye bye.